Hello again, everyone. This is the weekend update, and today is Saturday, April 21st. We're going to take a look at the S&P 500, see how it did yesterday and the last couple of days. The New York Stock Exchange high-low index, the Shanghai Composite, we're going to check in with it. It did a little bit different than most of the other major indices this week. Check in on Apple. Apple got hurt this week. We rumors of shipment drop-offs, and then, of course, concern about trade wars. And we're going to look at Broadcom, Skyworks Solutions, Cirrus Logic, and Quorvo. And almost Corvo, I'm probably mispronouncing it, but it makes me think of tequila whenever I say that name. I don't know. I probably got it wrong. But let's take a look at S&P 500 here. The SPX was down almost 23 points on Friday, and it closed back below the 10-day moving average. So I'm really suspicious that this is possible. We need another day. We need a little follow through whether this is going to roll on over right now and start the move to the downside. And, you know, I'm calling it wave 2 here, minute wave 2, minuet level wave 2. I will watch and see if it indeed holds this high. We got a little doji candle in here as a potential turning point. And we're going to need to have this come on down a little bit more and test the bottom. Let's take a look at the high-low index. On the New York Stock Exchange on Friday, there were 51 more stocks hitting 52-week new lows than highs for the day. Okay, so net minus 51. Now, we were pretty low down here when we had the sell-off in February. Are we even close to where we had the major sell-offs? No. Look at August of 2015, January, February of 2016, major low. This is what I called intermediate wave 4, the major correction, intermediate wave 4. And then back here, intermediate wave, was this 2011? Yeah, intermediate wave 2 completed back in here. Look how bad in terms of the sell-off it can get, how deep it can get. We haven't even gotten close to that kind of sell-off yet. All right, so that's the picture there. Let's take a look at the Shanghai Composite. Now, when I say the Shanghai is doing something differently, most of the major indices around the globe, almost all of the major ones, you know, when I think of Japan, the Nikkei 225, the German DAX, the UK, the FTSE 100, everything was up this week for the 4th week in a row. Not so much with the Shanghai Composite. Look how this is down. I mean, it's down 14% from this high close right up here on January 24th to this close right here on the 17th, down 14%. So this is pretty weak for an economy that's supposedly doing okay and pumping out, what was it? I can't remember what they said. Gross national product was 6% or something like that per the Chinese government. We'll see how things are shaping out. But we've got trade wars to think about, a whole bunch of other things that are on the plate, and of course, all of that is affecting Apple. Apple got hit pretty hard here Thursday, Friday. You can see it dropped on Wednesday. It closed 177. Friday closed 165.72. 165 is very key support in here short term. Okay, if we get a close below 165, I would not be surprised to see this come on down and test this low. I mean, look where the low was that was put in February, down here where this got a low too, right around 150. Now, we've already come pretty fast, pretty quick. We break through this, we'll probably get a little snapback, but I wouldn't be surprised if we break through here that it's going to head on down and test this February low at a minimum. So Apple's weak. What's going on with the suppliers? Broadcom. Broadcom looks like it's putting in a big top. Now, Broadcom's been fighting this whole acquisition of trying to take over Qualcomm, and honestly, I've lost track of all the back and forth on all of that. Qualcomm's trying to get NXPI, and you know, Broadcom's trying to get Qualcomm. So I actually think this may have gotten shut down by CFIUS, which is the Federal Government Committee on foreign affairs, kind of like intelligence-related type of concerns. I just can't remember for sure, but this looks like a big top to me. look how this is coming down. Last couple days in sympathy with Apple. If we get a close back down here below this 228 level, or especially down around 225, it could be heading down further and put in this big top. Now, you look at Skyworks Solutions. Same type picture, big top. And this one looks like it's broken down, okay? Now, what have we got sitting down here below? Big gap, just begging to be filled. Okay, down here between 80 and 85. So that's the picture on Skyworks Solutions. It looks a little weaker. And Cirrus Logic, it looks like it's already put in its big top and it's broken down. It's just stair-stepping its way on down here. And look at the gap that it closed already over here to the side. This just looks almost so, the symmetry is just really amazing in here. You look at this here and then here, and then you got this pivot point right in here that matches in with this pivot point, and then you got another one here. This one's not so much. And then the other thing is you had this kind of like little topping right in the middle of all of this that went on. So this looks like a big major top, and of course it's already broken down out of that and stair-stepping its way. I don't believe that it's fulfilled yet. Let me double check that. Let me get back to my mouse. I've got to be able to do that. Now, when I look at the height of this whole top that's in here, there's a good chance this thing is still got, you know, more to go. It's getting close to where we got some support in here at 35, but then there's a lot of choppiness, a lot of trading occurred down in here. Let me zoom back out. Yeah, we're getting in the area where it's going to get some support, so wouldn't be surprised to see that actually after a big top. And then the last one we'll mention is Corvo, and Corvo really not so much. The top is not quite so picture perfect. This is all the trading I've got on Corvo since 2014. Short term, I would say this little trend line is the picture, is the key to the picture right now. So the real test is, does it come down and break below 68? And if it does, then we could see a lot more selling kick in. And then, of course, you could draw a trend line between this low and in here across this top, okay? But also, if you notice the way it came down and got support back over in here on the previous sell-off, that also could happen if this low holds in here right now. So that is the key, I think. Does this low hold 68 and it turns back north and heads back up again, just like it did here? Or does it break down and close below 68? That'd be the thing to watch on Quorvo. Okay, that's it for this video. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And if you can think of one person who would benefit from the video, please share it with them. Get more inside education and trade ideas. Become an insider member. Click the image on the screen. Everyone have a great weekend.